What's up, everyone? How we all doing? Throwing again here. How was your weekend, guys? I had a long one. Went gym today. Cross trainer. Cross trainer. To be fair, any cardio kills me. I can't lie. But yeah. Yeah. How was your weekend? What was you guys up to? Yeah, first week back from my holidays as well, so it was actually a myth. I struggled this week. Well, hopefully be a better week. And hopefully I'll be much better than the last video I made. I was so tired, man, but it had to be done. It was my first video, so yeah, I'm still trying on this thing, man. I'm still trying, and let's see how it goes. But yeah, um, yeah, today I got a few talking points. So I want to talk about the transfer budget. I want to talk about all the players we signing, Edison and that, Tramini, Elliot Anderson, Alex Scott, possibly off the striker. I'm hearing something about Thiago. Who else again did I write there? Lewis Hall and the youth. Because I actually got something. I know there's a lot of people that are saying that, yeah, this is Manchester United. I don't know, man. I'm looking at, there was this boy that was playing. I think he's playing somewhere else now. Aronson. It looked like he was decent, but he's not. I don't think he's in United anymore. I think he got sold got released, and then he decided to go play somewhere else. So, but yeah, Aronson was like, well, then Shea Lacey, I kind of like hit on it last week. Where I was like, you look like it can be hard, can be a really good player, but you know, there's steps in it. There's mad steps, and I want him to reach them steps because yeah, this is United, man. Like you make or break your career depending on how you navigate these things. So yeah, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Michael Carrick on my Barada interview. And yeah, like just a little hear me out kind of thing as well, because as I said, like we heard about Igor Thiago. I was thinking more like on the thing of Welbeck and that, but that's only considering it because I know there's a lot like with the like the thing with Manchester United website, because I haven't watched the academy that much in it, but the thing with the United website, they can't go and just downplay the players that play for Manchester United kind of thing. So that's the part where I'm like, what do we do there? You know what I'm saying? Because Chidobe Martin, 30 goals like two seasons ago when he was at Arsenal, come to Manchester United, and then was he Amorim that actually played him a couple of times, and you can see the striker in him, and that's the thing, like you can see the striker in Chido, but is he actually gonna be a Manchester United striker? You know, like Andy Koyoki, Berbatov, Chicharito even. Like, all them players had like something about them, innit? Even Teddy Sheringham. Was he a 10 or 9? I think Teddy Sheringham, okay, this is definitely not one thing I was gonna talk about. But is Teddy Sheringham in this generation, is he a 10 or is he actually a 9? He can score goals for sure. But he was good on the ball as well, man. It was like a Rooney type, innit? From them times there. On my line. As I said last video, I was looking at Callum Wilson, but that's not really what I was going to mention more. I was mostly going to mention Danny Welbeck, because he's actually, you know, if he can pattern that as 10 goals next season, 15 goals next season, you know, them ones there, like it's doable, isn't it? It's doable, like yeah, he contributed at 34, 35, whatever age it is now. I think it's 34 or 35, hold on. How old is Welbeck? Just give me a minute. Danny Welbeck age. So basically he's 35 now. He's 35 now, so 36. You know, a little 1 year contract thing. Because you know you'll always put in work. So why not? That's just a four, innit? That's just a four, as I say, honourable mention. But yeah, let's start with Ederson. So Ederson definitely, apparently the deal is complete, says Romano. The deal is entirely complete, the deal entirely done now. Also, he got called up with Brazil now because of Williams' injury, Wesley injury, Williams, because of Wesley's injury. So now he's gonna be at the World Cup. So apparently now the presentation is gonna be delayed because of that. So let's see. Romano's the only person really that mentioned it in Manchester Evening News as well. Yeah, as we said earlier, like Ederson will be decent for United, considering that there is two more players that level wise are a bit above him, innit? And also, I know that when we mention people like Tramanian, that we know that he can play as a number 6, so he can play with Kobe Mainoo. Sometimes when I'm reading about Ederson or I'm checking Ederson out, it more sounds like he will be playing instead of Kobe Mainoo, and that's what I was trying to say last week when I said, yeah, that sounds like, okay, cool, he's 7 years in Kobe Mainoo, so he might not have the skills and talent of Kobe Mainoo, but then he can actually play. So that's what I was looking at, where I was like, oh, cool, you know what? It's still a decent number, isn't it? Like, bro, we had Fred, and Fred was sick. And I personally think Fred could have done so much more if he wasn't like that small. Like, if it wasn't that little, I think Fred could have done a lot more. And also his passing was, yeah. Do you remember when United had to paint the chairs on the stadium because of during COVID? Because I was like, apparently the players are getting confused on who to pass to. I promise you, I thought it was Fred, man. I actually thought it was Fred. That actually mentioned it. But yeah. So yeah, Ederson is a decent signing. Considering. And then we got Elliot Anderson and Tramini. One thing we know for a fact is we can't sign the both, innit? If we can, that's beautiful. But considering that before any sales, we only got 250. Right? And we need to get the midfielders in. Like, I don't care what anybody say. Midfielders need to come in right now. So we need to know what our midfield looks like. Right? And I think even on the managerial standpoint, you actually make a lot more sense, because if you know your midfield right now, you're already planning on what you're doing, innit? Instead of waiting after the World Cup. And this year is just like a weird year because you got the World Cup and all of that, which also helped because we don't need to hear Arsenal fan talk that much. But in a general aspect, I personally think we need to know our midfielders, like even midway through the World Cup, we need to know what's going on, like, with our midfield. So between Elliot Anderson and Tramini, what would we choose? That's the question now. You know, I can't lie, even for me it's very difficult because I saw Anderson against us, and I never really heard much about. I know about Tramini, but I don't really know about Tramini like that. And some people talk about Kamavinga as well, which once again I don't mind. Like, he's usually behind every other midfielders on the team. Excuse me. So that's the position that we really need to focus on covering, in my opinion. Because when you look at Jack Fletcher, Tyler Fletcher, they're not really there. And then when you look at Collier and Go, they're not there yet. And then the Colombian brother is coming in Colombian, Ecuadorian. One of them. Odrizola or Odrisco, whatever his name is. He's coming by mid-July or something when he turns 17. So there is actually nobody that can play right in front of the defense. And Tramini, at the moment, is an out and out 6. So for me, Tramini will be the best sign, if I have to be honest. But that's also considering if he actually wants to leave. If that little press thing was not just for the press, and if we put P's in, and also the salary, which is a bit up there. But then again, he's 27, so you signed him for 5 years, 27, 28 or something, right? So you signed him for 5 years, right? You service 5 years, you help us for the 5 years, and then you don't really have to renew his contract per se. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just support French players, like I support France, so I'm looking at it that way, where I'm like, cool, sign him 3 years, and then what? He's gonna go to Milan or Juventus or something. Calm, man. 4 years in, he go somewhere else, and then like we see how them O'Driscolls or that goal Collier was doing when they were away. And Mainu is much more experienced now, and he played with people like Tramini, and so, and Mainu for me, depending on the style of play, he can play in all 3 positions on the midfield. I know people don't really see Cam as midfielders, but in a space where Cap means De Bruyne, yeah, De Bruyne, I can definitely see Mainu play there. But in terms of the passing, he's just got the little touch, move, kill 2 players, find the space, make that pass, and then somebody else scores. Cunha and that. 4 years, Cunha will be 29, so still there, still very much so. 4 years, Cisco will be, what? He's 22, 23? 22, 23, so it'll be about, what, 27? Or 26? So we'll just get into that peak. So I personally think we can actually get Mainu there, but also I do think, depending on another style of play, depending on the midfielders that we've got, we can play Mainu as a 6. And sometimes that's what I think with Ederson. That's what's going to happen. Ederson's going to have to play a bit further forward because he can chase back anyways. Is what I mean. Well, you can't really control the game like Mainu does. So if Mainu can actually drop deep, get the ball, and then move forward with it, knowing that Ederson will run back while he's trying to catch up if he loses the ball, or if the players above him lose the ball. So, and that's what I think that's what Carrick meant by trying to find a balance into every players, and not just buy one player to match up with this player. I think that's actually what he meant when it comes to that. So, because Elliot Anderson, I don't see him as a outright 6, but then also United never always play with outright 6, so we can actually use just 2 midfielders that know that we both go up before we both go down, which can work. And Elliot Anderson will probably be the one always being further down the line because he needs to cover. You need to cover Kobbie Mainoo, because Kobbie Mainoo will not make it on time to always help out the back 4. So that's the thing. But yeah, I can definitely see Elliot Anderson as well. But for the price and the risk, and apparently they play together in England, and they were not really that pretty from what I've heard, from the news and that. So unless Curry can work out a little something, and then they'll take him into England, yeah, that'll be dangerous for a while, isn't it? So that's one thing to look at. That's one thing to pay attention to. Yeah, and then Alex Scott. I don't even know what position actually Alex Scott plays. Hold on, let me check this in. Because there's a lot of talks about Alex Scott, and I'm not really sure. Alex Scott. So Alex Scott, base position, is a number 8 as well. We already got Kobe Main. We got two of the Fletchers there for like third subs type of thing. So say Mainu is injured, then you put Edison there. Then you got Jack Fletcher or Tyler Fletcher that can play in this position. Even though I think one of them usually also play more as a 6 than an 8. I think it's Jack. No, I think it's Tyler. Because Jack is the one that don't usually get picked. So I think it's Tyler because Tyler usually comes in as an 8 while there's a number 6 already. So if I'm getting it wrong, please guys let me know. But yeah, so they all seem like they're coming for Main's position. While also, as we know, United is a different type of ball game. So even though you are an 8, see like Roy Keane and Nottingham Forest before they got relegated, he was playing as a number 10. But then when he came to United, we dropped him back. I don't know if it was with Nottingham Forest, but I didn't really know that Roy Keane was playing as a number 10. And it was decent as a number 10 as well. But when he came at United, we had to drop him back a couple of positions. Right? So maybe that's that. It's going to happen. Especially with midfield, it's a different thing, innit? Because you can still have like the ball knowledge, but the way we play, the way people, and United is like, I've seen player play against, like, I've seen Chelsea, Arsenal. I've seen Chelsea. Now, Arsenal Tottenham is actually a really good game because they hate each other so much. It's hilarious. But any team, even little teams that play United, you can see how they come at us. So, yeah, sometimes your ball knowledge is good, but you can use that in a defensive way than more of an attacking way. And that's the thing with Bruno, and that's what people say Bruno so wasteful. Because I think him coming as a box-to-box from Benfica, from Sporting, and then he came in and he had to be the creator because remember his first game he played as a 6, to give him a feel of the game. Imagine you playing in front of the back 4 to give you a feel of the game. Like what the fuck? Like you would really think, what was Holy thinking? It kind of worked because he had the feel of the team, right? But or maybe he played him as a number 6, as a safest position in the team, and he had to fit him in because he was Oli in it. Everybody needs to be happy, type of thing, right? But if you really think about Oli first game with Bruno, playing him as a 6 because that was his first game, that could have went left, and I was thinking that could have absolutely went left. You know, so maybe that's what helped Bruno, or maybe it's just in him kind of thing. So, yeah. And we got Mount as well. Actually, I forgot. Right? And then the left back situation. Now, I think it's Manchester Evening News that say that we could also be in for Nathaniel Brown, or we could also be in for, well, Bardi, that's been there for a while now. And he's only 22. Well, all of them are 22. But in the sake of trying to find a replacement for our English players, because we need to have a certain amount of English players, and Lagos Hole knows the league, and it's the English thing in them where these people can actually, they would want to fight. Like, we seen that with Brandon Williams. Out of nowhere, that brother at left back, he was putting it work. So Imagine if they were sold there. Balde, well, it's Barcelona, so if he's still there, even though it seems like they're trying to sell him, but then they're still not selling it. Because his name has been popping with Manchester United for a minute now. I don't know if he's not happy there or if they're not happy with him, but then they keep paying. But I don't know what's going on over there. But the fact that we keep being linked to him, and I've not seen anywhere where we like he came free with Manchester United being the one putting in the work. More like, oh yeah, Bardi is more of a like he's definitely been offered to United type of thing. So let's see how that goes. It could also be because they know we pay stupid salary sometimes. But that things have changed now with Ineos, so we never know. I personally think that we are not. Like right now we're in dark waters because, first manager set, not giving Ten Hag another season, then sack him, then force Amorim out the contract, out his contract Sporting, then sack him for after a year of firing him not because of the result, but because of how he spoke. Then I put in Michael Carrick, who for me so far has done well. So let's see next season how it's gonna go. But for me this season done very well. So let's actually see. But yeah, so there's Lewisohn, there's Balde, there is Nathaniel Brown that I don't know nothing about, so I can't even say much about him. I might have to check I gotta do KJ team. I have to check the highlights and that. But yeah, man. So that's that for left back position. And then the Trafford brother, that also I don't really remember much of him in the Premier League. As I said, I am a United fan, so I mostly watch United. I watch Real Madrid versus Barca. I kind of trying to watch Liverpool just to make sure that they lose, but most time when I watch them, they were winning, so I stopped watching them because I don't want to give them any of my good luck. But yeah, man. So I don't know much about Trafford. Or fact, no. As I said as well, the youth for me they're Cheeto. Now Shea Lacey had a little taste of first team, so I want to see how he's gonna come up. Cause have you seen when Rhys James came out Chelsea Academy? That brother looked like he was ready to play for the first team. When I look at a lot of United youth team that we put on the pitch, it's all talent, no physicality. And you can't. I don't know. Like in 1992, I was not even born. So 2001, I was still back home. 1999, I was still back home, and I didn't have access to football as much. Innit? But you gotta have something about you to be in the first team of Manchester United because nobody come to you easy, and that's my thing. Like I don't know what they're thinking with my man. The Fletcher looked tall, so I think it's just about eating the gym a bit more, hitting them weight a little more, you know. Or maybe like the World Cup is in America, go play American football for a while, like you know what I'm saying? Go play the NFL for like a month or two. Like just build up that muscle because you're skilling your first as long as you do the right stretches and you walk on the right side. Because remember when Beckham was talking about he was supposed to do an advert, but then it was gonna affect him because it was gonna work more on his upper body than his lower, and that could have affected his style. I think that's important as well. But yeah, man. Honorable mention, by the way, Marshall. Apparently, Anthony Marshall is now a free agent. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they sign it. I'm just saying. In this kind of different team, we got Sesko, and then we got like Marshall. I used to love Anthony Marshall, and I used to love that brother. I can't like. If I say Jesse Lingard, please kill me. But no. I mean, unalive me. Sorry. But yeah, I'm saying Marshall. I think he's still decent unless he come back and then he's injured for 3 months. Then Yeah, unsubscribe and not like the video, but yeah, I did think I'll mention it because I saw the news today. Anthony Marshall's actually a free agent again. Um, so yeah, the youth team, I'm not really too sure. I definitely think, well, Shelish already made his debut next season, so I don't know who's gonna come up from this season. Diego Leon already made an appearance, so I'm not too sure. Oh, also, have you heard of the news that apparently we are thinking of signing Sam Johnson back, which does not seem like a bad idea because from my last video I've said that if I'm a first team player, or yeah, if I'm a first team player, no matter where I'm going, like if I'm going down, I think I didn't want to. No. Okay, if I'm the starting goalkeeper in the team or in the level where I'm playing, I didn't want to. I didn't look at myself and be like, I'm gonna be the backup goalkeeper of the first team kind of thing. I was playing for Clapton FC. Anybody from East London, say what one. But I was playing for Clapton FC. It's like a semi-pro slash trying to get there type of team. And I was a reserve main goalkeeper, right? And shout out to Papi, by the way, Senegalese brother, hard. That brother was never gonna get a bench unless either had a red card or he had work on the week of the thing. But then he was so dedicated that he always took his weekends off to play football. So when I saw the brother, I trained with the brother, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be in the bench. Well, I'm missing out on game time with the reserve. I'd rather play for a lower team and then build up because I came from Congo when I was 16. I came from Congo when I was 16, so I wanted as much experience on the field here because I did struggle my first 6 months just playing football in the park with the people there. So I did struggle for a bit. I had to find my rhythm within England while I was playing football. So I didn't want to be on the bench while, I'm losing everything. I'm losing fitness, like game fitness. I'm losing all of that. So I wanted to be on the pitch. So I played for the reserve of the team. Then a couple of injuries, of course, done me. But yeah, so I don't know if VTech, after what it done, is actually gonna wanna. He might go Italy or something. You know the ones, he might go Spain or something. The team in the top 4, top 6, because like we all know, it's not the same as England. So he might try and go there, less pressure and all that. So let's see how that goes. But apparently we are looking to sign Sam Johnson back, while also looking at the possibility of having VTech for another season as a reserve player, which I highly doubt will happen because, And as I say, striker-wise, we're looking at Igor Thiago apparently. But I don't know if Igor Thiago will come as a sub though. I think if Igor Thiago came as the top scorer last season to United, it's going to be a real battle with Cisco, which I don't mind. And Cisco seems like the kind of person who would embrace that challenge. I just don't know if Manchester United will be more patient when we start Cisco over Igor Thiago in a game where we're losing and it's 35 minutes in and we're losing 1-0 and Cisco missed a goal. I just don't know how Manchester United will react to that. Fans. Hopefully, like, we are the best fan club in the world, but that is kind of like a big talking point kind of thing, right? So, are we going to be patient for it? And even Cheeto as well. Right? Because Whitley, I think the other brother got sold anyways, right? Joe Ujo, I think he's sold, or is he on loan? I don't know. Scored in his debut, but then just went. So we don't know, but yeah, Igor Thiago is definitely mentioned. Not sure again if it's gonna happen or not. Who was the source? Oh, I didn't write it down. I think it was the Manchester Evening News. And also the William Gomez player in Porto as well, 20 years old. I want an experienced striker. I gotta be honest. I want somebody experienced. I want somebody that knows what he's doing. Because we already got Sesko. And if they really want to win the league in 2028, then, okay, 2028, Sesko will be about 24, 25. Maybe a 22-year-old at the time would not be that bad. Unless that, once again, as I say, certain people might look at United and they want to play for United, but they don't know what comes with it. And that's where I'm at. Whereas United is a lot more challenges than just, even me. Like, I'll just give you a big example right now, right? So I wanted to be doing this thing for a while, but then I'm like, okay, cool, I need to get substance. Then I realized, okay, cool, before doing the video, I need to be informed, I need to be this. So, man says all like notepad. I write music, I write poetry. That's for me, that's for myself. Up until I decide to start posting them, right? But now I realize, oh, right, then people, it's not a joke, man. Like, you got a talking point. This is not a reaction of a game because we ain't got no games till the end of August, is it? Or mid-August? The Community Shield, but that's not even United because we're nowhere near that. So I'm looking at it like this, where I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So the challenges that comes with the club, I don't know if anybody would actually deal with it. And that's just my final opinion, man. Like, as a fan, I just want us to do well. So I don't know what. I really don't know what. I don't know what's the best signing. I might really go check the highlight, scouting report via highlight. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm gonna do. Scouting report via highlight and that, and maybe a couple of comments and see what going. And then go forward with it like that. But at the moment, so Lewis all over all of them to me. That's my opinion. If you got a different opinion, please let me know. Nigel Brown and Vardy, I would consider because it's thing, but I'm also looking at that we need we need a certain quota of English players, and Lewis all just fit it just fit it, He fit the entire thing. So why not? Let's just sign him in it. And he knows the Premier League, so he's really in that bracket of where everything just seems like we align. And if that means that we miss out on Tonali, fine. Let's sign Tchouaméni. See, for me, things just work out like that for me, right? So we miss out on Tonali because I love Tonali, seen him a couple of times, but really and truly, I would have probably preferred Bruno Guimaraes more. And Tonali with his history, and I'm not saying that he's still doing it, please, people. But I'm just saying that with the fact that he already got that with him, right? Let's just keep it where it's at, innit? Because if we start relying on him, and then the next person after him is either Edison or Tyler Fletcher or Jack Fletcher. No, Tyler Fletcher, because Jack Fletcher play a bit more higher. So Tyler Fletcher, then I'll be, what we're doing, or Dango or Collier, and then they're not really ready for the step at United. Then as much as you're a good player, it's the same thing we used to say about Mark Shaw, right? Good player, but not available. So if you're not going to be there for us when we actually need you, then what's the point of signing you? And with you, won't even be injuries. It will be about, something a bit more immoral than anything else. And trust me, I'm not a judge. I do. I did gamble a couple of times. I did these things. I do a lot of things that probably morally for most people, certain people, they will not agree with. But you know, we're there, innit? So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know about Tonali. You know, and Tramini, I know is not Premier League proven, but it's a risk we might have to take, man. You know, like don't do too much. Just focus on being a number 6, and that should make it easier for him for the first season. And the second season, when he's actually, because this is gonna be 26, 27, so now 27, 28, when we're really supposed to be going for the league. Then okay, cool. Give us more than what, you know. Just stick to the basic for now, while we do the little extra for us, for the team. So you just stick on the basic for the team, so you get used and you know you get the feel of the team, and then maybe later on you probably get better. Right? I don't know, but Lewis or then Tramini for me works out perfectly fine, and then we might have to look at a third midfielder, which for me, yeah, okay, cool. Alex Scott might work, and then if Tramini and Main are injured, then you're telling me our midfield will be um, Alex Scott and Edison. That's a bit scary. Like that, yeah, that does not sound right for me. But let's cross that bridge when we get there. Let's see who we're gonna sign first. Michael Carrick, Mr. Carrick, great player, legend. He's one of them legends that we don't really talk about. He's one of the legend where, like, you know them guys where, yeah, you see bare people walking and you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you look across the room and then you just see that brother just sitting there ages ago. And all them players that you was cheering on are always popping by that side and making sure that they say hi to the corner of the room where nobody else is looking at. Carrick was that kind of player for us, where it's like, yeah, cheer on everybody else, but everybody else is looking at the brother like, yeah, brother, what is it? Another one said. So that's what I see with Carrick, and as a coach, I like what he says, but I don't like what. But then again, Fernandes is one of the top player at the moment. So if he has a word, and he's a captain as well, if he has a word with Carrick, and you know the way he speaks is very authoritative. I remember there was one time Maynard was injured, and he posted a picture on Instagram. And as I like the picture, I'm checking the comment. No, I was not checking the comment. His comment just popped up first, and then his comment was, "When are we gonna see you again on the training pitch?" And Maynard was just, "Yeah, soon, bro, soon, bro." I realized the levels, innit? Like, of a brother, be like, yeah, 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 just fire emojis or, you know, like, nah, he brought him back. He brought him back to the team where it's like, yo, don't forget where you from. Don't forget what you do. So when are we seeing you where it actually matters? Because Instagram don't matter to us. Right? You're getting all them cap because you bowl. So when are we going? And that was around the time where Maynard was breaking into the team. So I'm talking Ten Hag times. And that was quite amazing for me to see Bruno do that. You know, it's like I can't be honest. A few of us complaining on the pitch and that, I look at it, I'm like, bro, I think you're doing too much, man. You don't want to fucking miss the pass, innit? But when you really deep it, right, with the fact that everybody always says, yeah, he demands excellence even for himself and all of that, then you know, you give man a certain leeway, especially when you see what he does outside the team. So that's banging. That's bang on. And I rate that. I really rate that. So what he said about Carrick, or the way he talk about Carrick, where he's like, I want him to be the manager type of thing. Well, you don't really have to have a word, but the fact that you mentioning it means you kind of know that you got some sort of clout or some sort of power authority over it. But I've seen a few tactical shifts where, bro, we was not able to get past any press under Amorim. And I liked Amorim, man. I really, really, really liked Amorim. But I always had a problem with, even if it's successful, man, he's 4-4-2, he's 4-3-3 for United. And I was like, if we get thing with him, United is a loyal kind of club. It's a loyalty kind of club. So if we get successful with him, there's a high chance that we will never see 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 again. And I look at teams like Juve when they started switching the style and that. And I look at where Juve is at. Right? I think Milan did that as well, but then they get back to it. I think it's time Milan is doing it, they get back to it. You know, them little teams like them Aston Villas, them Tottenham, they can do that. That's for them. So I mean, when the manager leaves because somebody else thinks that they're great, they still try to stick on the 4-3-3, but then the next manager was nice. To go to the next manager, then that's cool. But with teams like United, I think Arsenal as well, I understand going to a back five for a certain type of game, but I don't understand going like our identity actually being for 3-4-3 or 5-4-3. That's just not us, isn't it? So, unfortunate for Amorim, but at the same time, yeah, United identity is back. It was gonna bring his, it was gonna bring his identity into the team, and yeah, that sounded a bit wrong. Omar Barada had an interview with Andy Meaton. I can't tell you how much is refreshing to hear somebody talk football and not numbers. And that's what Omar Barada did in that interview. Just football ideology. I'm not saying they're great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we definitely back with definitely successful with the CEO. But I'm saying I didn't have to hear about sponsorship. I heard about sponsorship, but it was a point out of 10 words. Like it was that one word. No, it was that one sentence out of 10 sentences. That's what I mean, which makes it think then, oh yeah, Manchester United is a big club, so you know we always got sponsorship, we always got the money, like people always wanna come to us because we're a big club, you know. No. Even what you say, like we always have to be in the Champions League, we always have to play Europe. But I'm finishing soon, so that's just my way to tell me I'm me chatting too much now. Yeah. We always have to be in Europe. That's already positive for me, man. I don't know if you understand this. Right? Okay, cool. Europe can mean Conference League. I understand that, but there is a vision behind it, right? So I respect that from him. And yeah, man. Hopefully we do good. And they still measure the 2028 one, so let's see how that goes on the real. I already done my honorable mention. I started being in the gym. I'm throwing. And yeah, please like, subscribe. More is coming. More is coming. Like right now, we just want to talk about the news because the season is finished anyway. So I'm not really going to talk about reactions as much. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about reactions. I might do something a little different, a little special for us all. But yeah, share, please, subscribe. Let's get the numbers up, and yeah, let's see what's next. Right, and let me go get me some protein before going to bed because I got work tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna make use of my training today because it was intense with that cross trainer. It was super intense. So much love, peace, and take care of yourself. Be safe. Take care of yourself, most importantly. Much love, man. Throwing out.